Good evening, everyone. 1st December, the first day of the last month. And sometimes we are so used to it, the typical sentence that we use, what happened? Where did the time go? Oh my God, it's already December. It was just January down the corner. We are so used to saying this, right? But do you realize, think about it, when you say it, my God, where did the time go? You normally say it with a sense of wonder, a sense of happiness. You don't say, oh my God, the year is over, right? So when you say, where did the time go? And then if I ask you to reflect on it, where did the time go? And you have to think about it and say, where did the time go? Right? So, as I said in the group, and as I told all of you, that think of all the aha moments that you had in this whole year. Now, there are two ahas. One is the absolute happiness one that brought you joy, that brought you reasons to feel good, reasons to feel happy. And there would also have been certain aha moments where it may not have been so nice. And it generated not only the kind of feelings that one goes through, but also a reaction, a shift, kind of feeling of being stuck, or some other things may have happened in your lives which restricted you and you felt the world is over. Or maybe you're still carrying that baggage with you that the world is over. My life has taken a bad shape. My family has suffered. I have suffered. I can't get over it. And what happens? The energies of, you know it, and we've been talking so often about it, the energies of all the negatives that we continue to harbor in our lives. They are like, that, how do you call it, the vine that grows on the walls, and slowly and steadily it starts creeping up and surrounds you completely, restricting you, choking you, making you feel life is not worth living, right? Or making you feel that I can't face the world anymore. I don't want to face the world anymore. My relatives, my friends, anyone else doesn't understand what I'm going through. And we become so overwhelmed with it that we forget all those nice aha moments. So you see, there are two ahas that we are dealing with, aha, and we are dealing with oho, right? So before I go forward, and knowing that this is the last month of the whole year, wouldn't it be nice to just sort of contemplate and think about the good things that happened in your life? It may be a small thing. It may be that you grew a plant you never thought would grow at all in this condition. Maybe you brought it from the mountains and you thought, I'm going to grow it here. And it grew. That's an aha moment. There was somebody whom you had not connected with for very long. You were hesitating to communicate. You were not sure, should I talk to that person or not? What should I do? Will he not? Will he, she, whatever, be nice to me? The very thought that you're thinking, will he or she be nice to me, was that because it's your own restriction. You're the one who's restricting yourself. But you decided to pick up the phone and call that person, and that was an aha moment that the person responded beautifully, happily, and it was like there was nothing that had happened, for maybe a couple of years. So before I go on and on, let me first know your aha moments. And if there have been any blocks or any reasons for you to be at a speed breaker in your life, as compared to the aha moments, let's see what we can do about it. So, who's going to come first? Just raise your hands for it. It will be nice if you can all participate, because this is a program, Fulsome Friday is only for you. And if you're just going to be a listener, it's going to be boring, right? Great. Yes, Navina. Nice to see you after so long.
Yeah, so nice to see all of you again.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a long break, and
Yeah.
I think I had so many aha moments entire year. But the
Yeah.
most recent one, and first I want to thank Apurva, because today I'm here because of her. I just came from a holiday wedding, destination wedding. I returned this early morning. I was in Phuket, and it
Right.
was my family's, one of my cousin sister's daughter wedding.
Right.
And my aha moment started, you know, I celebrated my birthday on 25th of November there. It was an
Okay.
aha moment with
Okay.
some, like, of course, my family and friends were there, but it was a multicultural wedding. So there were people from Jamaican culture. The groom side was Jamaican, and they were there. And when they got to know it was my birthday, they sang birthday, and I got to interact with some of those beautiful souls over there. And it's so beautiful to know different cultures and the people. And I got to know that love is one language which is common across cross cultures. And it was an
Absolutely.
aha moment for me. And
Right.
even the wedding, with it was a theme wedding with so many outfits and everything. And I could manage with my husband and my son to be, to be able to dress up in every sort of a theme. And it was such a fulfilling and beautiful experience. We went to Ireland. I mean, it was a destination wedding, come a holiday, come birthday, everything combined. So I think every moment I enjoyed to the fullest. I was in the present. And I think I was just sharing with Apurva that hangover is still there. And I'm trying to ground myself and be in the moment. But it was my aha moment.
Super.
Every bit of it. So that was
So
the aha moment. Yes, Aarti.
wonderful. Yeah. So you look at the joy in your voice. You can
Yes,
sense, and I'm sure everybody listening here will have a smile on their face because you're sharing it with such joy. Now, the thing
right,
is, you said that, we celebrated every occasion. There were many instances, and you had to wear different outfits and whatever else, and
right,
the cultural interaction that happened. So,
right.
there was a joy in that too, for being exposed to something totally new, totally different, totally
Yes,
unexpected. But yes, it was something that was marvelous, right? So,
right,
now, focus on the key things. You are talking, we are listening, we are all feeling that joy, right? So,
right,
you are feeling marvelous. You have such fond memories that have come back with you. And because of that, the sharing that you have with the community that you're doing right now, everybody is also feeling good about it. Why
right.
can't we utilize this in our daily lives every day to think of things happily, to allow things to happen happily, to focus on things, even if it's a negative thing. When I say negative, it may be a situation that you are going through. It could be of any kind, emotional, financial, physical, relationship, something. But if you can flip your mind and allow yourself to be in acceptance of what is happening in my space and then grow with it. Okay, suppose let's take an example that the children have a terrible behavior, maybe they are stressed because of exams or anything else that is happening in their space, right? So they behave badly. Now, as a parent, you want to discipline them. And you may be wanting to be very firm with them because you feel that if I'm not firm with them, I'm not being a good mother, right? But if the same thing, when you accept and embrace, what does it mean? That you accept that yes, they are going through their level of stress because they are at that age, maybe 8 or 10 or 15 or 20, whatever it is. So it is at that level that they are going through that stress. It's okay. It's okay. But I can make it easier for them. Quietly, I don't have to tell them, quietly let me make their favorite foods. let me, provide some other kind of entertainment which is matching with their routines of study and exam, etc. Let me not put pressure on them. So what are you doing? You're creating a joyous, calming, serene atmosphere instead of creating stress around us. Yeah. So thank you, Navina. We'll come further to a lot of things. And anything negative that is staying on in your mind?
Yeah, so that only I wanted to share. So for the past couple of months, I've been terribly under cough and cold, like 2 months. Never the cough and cold lasted so much. I tried all sorts of, including Redikall, including other remedies, including allopathic, everything. At a point I was saying, oh my God, I mean, what's happening? Nothing is working, sort of a thing. And I got sort of stung. And everybody whom I shared with, they had their own set of beautiful, way of guiding me and sailing me whatever I needed. And I followed it also. But there was a time when I was totally like, kuch bhi nahi kaam kar raha, sort of a thing. What is it? Wow, what am I holding on to? What is it? So then I, slowly, gradually, I started accepting. I said, okay, it's a phase and it will end. It's just a phase. I kept on telling myself time and again. I said, okay, whatever I can do, I'm doing it. But let me not, I had to just hold my hands and, be patient. And finally, after 2 months, I could attend the wedding. I was whole and happy and I was out of my cough and cold. And there was one more thing. My son is still going through something. Like it's been 2 months. We've been checking with the doctors. Something has gone really not so nice with him. And I think, as you said, we are trying as parents and everybody, we are trying our best, but still it's going. And I do get impatient at times, So it is there, but I keep on reminding myself that it's a phase. It's just a phase when he has chosen his journey and in which I have to just be part of it. He wants to experience as a soul certain things. And probably I, as a parent, have to just help him hold his hand and sail through it. So it's still there, but I think Redikall and every other force in the universe has helped me to go through it, to sail through it, and I'm still sailing.
So let me just take out a card today instead of going through a Redikall reading. So from the cards, let me see what is it it's trying to tell you today. What is Redikall trying to tell you? Okay.
Sure.
So here I go. And it couldn't be a better card. It says, I lovingly nurture myself and others.
Wow.
Okay. So it says, I lovingly nurture myself and others. So you are on the path, continue on it, and learn to accept, embrace, and celebrate every reason of nurturing. So if you say to yourself, I accept, embrace, and celebrate my need to nurture, right? That will also be a great help. But that I'm just telling you immediately. I have a few suggestions that we can all follow together and make our lives easier and simpler and a lot of fun too. Thank you, Navina.
Thank you so much.
So I'm going by the hands as I see them on my screen in terms of sequence. So next is Suruchi. Suruchi? Hi, Suruchi.
So, my aha moment was like in this month of February, I started what I'm supposed to be doing in this planet Earth, the watercolor painting.
Right.
And that was really aligned as if the teacher has just come for me. She took only my classes, and God has given me she had immense patience to teach me. I had immense time to practice it, and now it is like some kind of muscle power. I really like it.
Right.
So this is one thing which was really happened to me. Second thing is I healed my relationship with my daughter, and I'm changing. Like with my younger one, I give her benefit of doubt. Let her intuition work, and let her decide what she wants to decide, when she wants to study. From inside, there is a lot of things like a mother wants my own upbringing, society pressure, things like that, being wanted to discipline her.
Yeah.
But Pooja ma'am has given me one sentence. I transcend and transmute my
I
ability.
transform and transcend.
Yeah, I transform and with soul's love, I transform and transcend the appropriate constructive communication. So whenever
Brilliant.
I'm
Yeah.
stuck with this in my mind, in my heart, I give her time to speak. Then in my mind, in my heart, I just say, and the constructive communication flows with so much of ease, which
Yeah.
is really, I'm also surprised.
Absolutely.
Because actually I'm surprised.
That's
So that
brilliant.
is what it is. And then they call me like a mother friend. They've given me this tag and they
Mhm.
say कि सुबह से लेकर शाम तक you are drunk. You're just laughing. So this has happened, say 3-4 days back, or weeks back, but this is what I wanted from deep from my heart, and I'm
Brilliant.
achieving.
Super.
So
That's lovely to hear. And
yeah,
Suruchi, because we never realized over the years that have passed by that everything that has to change has
yeah,
to be changed by us.
yeah,
Everything that we need to fix in
yeah,
others basically needs fixing in us.
yeah,
And the day we accept it and move beyond it to understand why the universe had kept throwing these situations in front of me, instead of crying and sort of, feeling bad about it, the universe was trying to tell you that, come on, get up, take charge, and live your life happily.
yeah,
That's for all of us, yeah? I'm sure
yeah,
all of us who are present here would have and reasons to go through many situations in their personal spaces. But
yeah,
to rise above it, as you have decided, to start doing painting, etc., watercolors, mind you, I know that watercolors is not an easy task. I'm also trying it now at this age and this point, that let me also try to do some watercolors. But yes,
yeah,
it is very satisfying. And then you had a teacher who was there to help you.
yeah,
See, the universe keeps creating avenues we don't realize.
yeah.
And how much are we actually in gratitude for all that happens in our space?
Oh, you just
With,
don't. It's really humongous
yeah,
change.
yeah, but we don't acknowledge even the simplest reasons of gratitude. I mean, look at those colors, look at that paper, look at those paints, look at that environment, look
Yeah,
at that
just a
place where
drop
you are
of
going,
water. Yeah, it just
that
flows.
glass of water. I mean, there
Yeah,
are so many things, but we just take things for granted. We think that it's not about birthright. It is just taking it for granted. But if
correct.
that taking for granted is done with a sense of um, love, with a sense of being in total integrity, then everything falls in space, and the gratitude, that emotion of gratitude, is a permanent fixture in you, and the others feel it, the others sense it, that you are being genuine when you are saying that you are in gratitude inside. You're not expressing it openly,
Yeah,
but you feel it, the others feel it, and then the relationships or the situations keep getting better by the minute. But
yeah,
that's up to us to understand that we should not look for mountains to be moved in a day,
yeah.
but we can metaphorically move all the mountains that are there in our mind,
Yes,
right?
correct.
So thank you, Suruchi. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any negative you'd like to share?
Yeah, negative is I really wanted to contribute towards the little children. I used to go, but that again has come into the stall. Maybe because my daughter is in 12th, so I want to concentrate. I'm actually handling everything singly. So that is one thing which I feel sad. But I guess maybe
No,
sometime.
don't. The good thing would be that you feel for it, right? That's the
Okay.
good part of it. But if there are reasons in your life that are restricting you right now, it's okay. Maybe the
Okay.
time has not come yet. Maybe the time is just around the corner.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
miss them because I used to go quite often. So that's
right.
how.
No. So let's see for that negative. What is it there that the cards tell you? Yeah. Let me have a look. So it says Redikall is tremendous. I rejuvenate myself with periodic relaxation. So right now you're going through a period of relaxation, chill, enjoy your painting, enjoy your children, enjoy their exams, and then get rejuvenated for the next phase of your life. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Great.
so.
You're welcome. Who's next on my list? Here we have Shelly. Hello, Shelly. Lovely to see you here. Wonderful. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good, ma'am. How are you all?
We are all good. We're all here. This platform has been missing a lot of oldies, so it's nice to see you here. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
know. I know. It's a huge gap. Yeah.
yeah. So, what has been your aha moment, Shelly?
You are aware I have made my own house. So that's the aha moment. Decorating, interior, sitting with labor, loads aha moments.
Okay.
Learned a lot of new things that how
Mhm.
actually, aesthetics are done and the civils are done. Learned a lot. So I
Mhm.
think I'm a learner. So I enjoyed every bit of it. Even sitting
Okay.
with workers and ordering samosas for them and making them happy was an aha moment too, to see the smile on their faces that, okay, this ma'am is appreciating our
Right.
work. And I
Okay.
used to sit with them and tell them that you're working 24/7 for me, for my house to be on time. So thank you. So we
Okay.
used to
Wonderful.
honor it. So all those moments were very small, but I think I cherished, and now I'm missing those. The house is done,
Right.
so now I'm remembering those.
So, what did you learn from it, Shelly? From those aha moments?
Ma'am, I learned a lot. I think I will have a list. I learned a lot of patience with these, especially looking at these workers working for us. I think I learned how they were happy. Ma'am, they were working 24/7 for us, 16 hours, 18 hours, and they were happy just with little bit of us, like me ordering tea too at night and getting them these little bites to eat, small bottle, thumbs ups coming. And the smiles I saw on those faces, I was like, look, a little thing can also bring a smile. So, like we always
Absolutely.
learned in Redikall that it's a choice.
Yeah.
So, I think it's their choice to be happy on even the little gestures we show them.
Right. Right. So,
So,
it's not a
I
favor
enjoy.
that you're doing them, it is not that you're doing them a favor. It's something coming from the heart. And as I said about Navina, when she was sharing with such joy in her voice with all of us, I think we all had a smile on our face. So, what you were sharing with them is that sharing and caring, contributing, giving, which is all the basic functions of Redikall, and doing it with integrity. I think that was the reason that they received with the same amount of love and the same amount of faith in what was being done with them. So, yes, that was fantastic. That's great. And congratulations that your house is ready
Thank you, ma'am.
finally.
Thank you so much. You all have been a great pillar in all these times, especially you.
Yeah.
It was a tough one, and believe you me, after now the house is done, everything is done. Again, that carrot which Atman ma'am always mentioned. Now the carrot
Yeah.
is gone. Now I'm
Yeah.
thinking what to do.
Yeah.
So I
So you
found
have to
myself
create your
another
carrot.
carrot. So I
Okay.
found myself another carrot.
Okay.
Okay. And then I said, okay, now this is done. This is settled. My husband traveled. I said, okay, now it's time to get back. So again, I'll thank Apurva. I saw the message in the circle, but then I saw Apurva's special message that you are coming. I said, today is the time to come back.
Okay. Wonderful. So it's nice to have you back
I've been
here.
pulling my cards every day, but I'm quite off the track at the moment because
No
I've not
worries.
been in touch with anything.
No
But
worries.
after everything, I'm just happy. I'm a happy person, thanks to Redikall and all of you.
Thank you. Good, good. And any not so nice moment that is still pricking you?
Yes, there were many, like in myself only. One, I mean, things which I wanted to do, but I was not able to. So they pricked me that why am I not able to do it? Are they not on my priority list? So there are many like that, little. I think this year has been a bundle of emotions for me. This year taught me a lot. It was a very important year for me. I think I've learned a lot. There were many pricking moments, especially when I had to take stand. You know everything about me. I had to take many stands. But believe you me, as we always said, the change will not happen overnight. But ma'am, the change has happened. So I'm actually here to tell you that the change has happened. The line which I drew for people to understand, now they have got it, that they will never cross this line ever in their life.
Super. That's really good. Congratulations on that.
And
yeah,
it was not a cakewalk. It wasn't a cakewalk. And I had to, as you have always said in Atman, that when you tell people something new, it will take time. Like we tell something to our child to do it, he will not accept it immediately, especially a teenager or a small, this thing, ziddi wale chote bacche hamare. But similarly, these people who we have given a set of expectations, and now we suddenly ask them, I'm this now, so you change. No, it will not happen like that.
Absolutely.
So from June to now December, 6 months, but I've achieved it.
Okay, super. Congratulations. And let's see what Redikall card has to say for you today, this time, right? So, I marvel every time, really. I mean, I have not stopped getting surprised. I've been so many years with Redikall, but Redikall really surprises me. Shelley, I remain balanced in my balanced life. Okay? It couldn't be more true, right?
Yeah.
So that is what the card says about you today. This is wonderful. All the best. And there'll be certain tips that I'm going to give you, which you guys need to start doing maybe from tomorrow till the 31st of December. But first, let me listen to the other two people who are still here. Three. Who's then? Rashmi. Yes, Rashmi.
Yeah. For me, the aha moment is, see, I was very afraid of heights. I did great afraid, man. I was very afraid. I had a fear of heights. And this time when we were on a travel, we were just on a holiday to Naldera. There I did paragliding, and that was my amazing moment. I loved seeing like a bird's view, the niche ka, all the scene, and there was no fear, nothing. And then I was longing that I should stay here for a long period. And on top of that, it gave me a very pride moment and aha moment when my daughter also was able to do paragliding. So we
How old
both,
is
she is 23, but she has some issues. So, but still with those physical issues, she could do that paragliding. It was a real great aha moment for both me and my daughter.
Super.
It was an amazing feeling, which I just can't express in words.
Didn't you feel like a free bird completely at that time?
Yeah, it was a different feeling altogether. Right. Having such a fear of height and then doing paragliding, I don't know. I was just, when I thought of doing paragliding, I thought, no, today I have to overcome my fear, whatever it is. डर लगेगा ज्यादा से क्या होगा, मैं मर जाऊंगी, इससे ज्यादा तो कुछ होगा नहीं, तो let me do it. And I did it, and it was beautiful and wonderful for me.
So actually, I don't like to refer to anything filmy, but this is literally na डर के आगे जीत है.
जीत है, yes.
Yeah, बिल्कुल. So these are again, I mean, okay, and God forbid if there is some technical reason because of equipment, that's a different reason. But otherwise, for us to challenge ourselves, you know, to take a step in the direction which we never thought that we could do,
yes,
is something that requires a lot of courage. And it's not about overcoming fear. It's about gathering that, you know, complete strength of courage, the energy of courage that is hidden inside us, to take a step forward in a direction which is challenging, but at the same time, very exhilarating and satisfying, knowing fully well that there is a possibility that it can go this way or that way. So
Yes.
that is, what are you doing at that time? Do you realize? Without knowing, you have placed complete trust and faith in yourself. You have placed complete trust and faith in the universe. You have accepted that you have that courage, wisdom, and strength in you, right? And
Yes.
that courage, wisdom, and strength, which was so dormant that you never knew you possessed. Because
Yes.
with that paragliding today, I'm sure there may be many things that you may not have done in your life. You will start progressing towards it with ease. I can do it.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
can
and
take that.
after coming from the holiday, I joined my SS level 3, which I was I was not able to do it. From last
Right.
2 years, I was trying to do, but I couldn't do it. But just
Right.
after coming from there, I joined.
Superb. Superb.
It
So
was
that was great. And again, I can see all the other faces who have their cameras on, they're all smiling. So you
Yes.
see the joy that we have inside us, that sense of absolute exhilaration and joy.
Yes.
We should use it all the time. There is no reason to hide it. Sometimes, you meet people and they say, I have heard it that, ma'am, you're always smiling. So I never realized, I said, okay. And I'll give you an example, when I was working in my earlier days, this was in Germany. And as per conditioning and beliefs that we all have, Germans are very strict. They are very conscious of time and they hardly smiled. So whoever would meet me would always question me, why are you smiling? So I had to think, that why am I smiling? And one day the CEO of the company, worldwide head of Siemens, of my company, he was in the corridor and I was passing by and I smiled and I said good morning to him and I continued to smile. It happened again the next day. So he would just nod his head and go. Third day, and that day I didn't know that he's the big shot. Then my immediate boss, he said, do you know who that was? I said, no. So the next day I was a little conscious because the aura changed completely, because suddenly he's the big boss of the company. And I smiled and I said, good afternoon or whatever it was. Third day, I smiled. He got hold of me. Why are you smiling? I didn't know what to say. So I said, it's a beautiful day. That's all I said. And I went off. And the fourth day, I decided, okay, no more smiles if I meet him by chance. So I didn't smile. And I was passing by. He stopped me. And I turned back and he says, don't forget to smile because you taught me how to smile. So imagine a small thing. Yeah, he says, don't stop smiling because now I'm smiling. So I didn't realize it has such a fantastic effect. So I felt not proud or anything. It was just a joyous moment, that just a smile, passing on a smile can also make a difference, right? So the joys that are being felt here by all of us, I'm very happy to say that Rashmi, you've done great. Keep doing that and keep moving yourself forward. Keep challenging yourself forward. Anything not so nice you want to share?
Yes, there is one person whose attitude I'm not comfortable with.
Okay.
So I'm trying through healing and all so that his attitude changes, but still there is something whose attitude who is senior to me and whose attitude I'm not liking it. But I'm not being able to accept it, you can say.
Right. You just said it yourself. I'm trying to do healing so that his attitude changes. That itself is the key for all of us to understand that will never happen.
Yeah.
Because that is an expectation. That is an expectation you have. It's a deal. You're trying to do a trade. कि अगर मैं ये करूंगी तो ये हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. ऐसा होगा भी नहीं कभी. So what do you
My
need to
attitude
do?
will change.
Absolutely. So because if you change yourself, the shift does happen around you. So it may take time. As Shelly had said, now she's gone. but it may take time. But
Yes.
yeah, shifts do happen. For her, it's
Yes.
taken from June, she said. So this is December, 6 months. So some shift has happened. So that is great, right? But
Yes.
don't have expectations, because if you have expectations, you naturally allow yourself to be judgmental. So these
Yes.
two are linked so brilliantly that the best way to get out of it is not to think about it at all. Just think about me, myself, how I
Self.
can take charge of myself. So let me do a reading for you from the cards,
Okay.
and then let's see what it says for Rashmi. Every time I'm smiling, I can't help it. I choose to remain happy, irrespective of outer circumstances.
And that's it. That is also, my life purpose.
Okay, wonderful. So then continue on your path, and I
Yeah.
think the rainbow and the sunshine is there. You will be able to feel
Yes.
it very soon. So the next person is Preeti. Yes, Preeti. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Nice
Hi.
to see you here, Preeti.
Thank you. I just clicked on the meeting in time.
Of course, you're always on time. Don't worry. Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell
Mm.
me your aha moments.
The entire year up till now has been an aha moment. As you know, my son's wedding went well, and I'm on top of the moon with such a beautiful soul as my daughter-in-law.
Okay,
And
congratulations.
so I have been visiting them, and they've been visiting me now. So that's been a happy year.
Right. Wonderful.
And not so
So,
happy.
how does it make you feel now that you're in the category of being a mother-in-law?
Actually, I still can't feel, everybody keep telling me, ab to saas ban gayi, and I am not feeling that saas bit at all in me. So
Right.
I was asking, what is this differentiation between a mother and a mother-in-law? Please
Right.
tell me, because I'm not able to differentiate it myself.
Right. I know. Everybody comes from a different energy space, basically.
Exactly.
So, and I won't say backgrounds are different and all that. Of course, everything is different. Maybe in your house, you're all used to, getting up in the morning and sitting and having chai together, suppose. And in their house, it was, everybody make their own cup of tea and, enjoy themselves. So the adjustment level is at such subliminal level se shuru hota hai that one doesn't understand sometimes, and that's where the friction starts happening, because there are two energies operating, and the belief system that she is my mother-in-law and she is my daughter-in-law, right?
Daughter-in-law.
So knowing you fully well, I know that this would not be the case, but yeah. Now, when you will hear stories about, my mother-in-law did this, my mother-in-law did that, it's going to make you feel very puzzled that how come? Why are
I
these
know.
things happening in other people's life? Because that's been happening with me my whole life. When I hear about others, I say, how come? I mean, I don't have the stories, those kinds, but never mind. God bless. Everything should remain good for you too. So that's a fantastic aha moment. How did it make you feel, change of status?
Not much of a change, as I'm saying, So
Right.
it's like as if I have got a third child. So it's
Right.
like hardly a difference. I can, whatever I've been doing for Gautam Rahul, it's like again same. There's no differentiation if I'm looking after Gautam in Qatar for his breakfast. So I ask her also, what would you like and all that. And similarly, she's been, how do you do things here and how this is to be done and that is to be done.
Right.
So the मुझे वो differentiation पता ही नहीं चल रहा. I'm still enjoying my motherhood, I would say. Back to my
Wonderful.
motherhood days. Pampering her
Wonderful.
is another joy,
Right.
So
what's that not so nice moment that you're still having in your space?
Now, only 2-3 days ago, I realized I'm missing a few pieces of jewelry. That's it.
Okay.
I am 100% sure that it's not stolen or anything. It's just that it's like, kicking yourself and saying, how can you be so stupid? How can you be so careless? That kind of a thing. So I must
Okay.
have misplaced it or kept it somewhere with the left hand, as they say. So
Okay.
that's been playing on my mind for last 2-3 days.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Just because I know you, I know that you will take care of it beautifully. But at the same time, let me ask Redikall what
I
you
need
need
a card
to.
reading.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I remain a neutral observer to others' reactions.
Uh-huh.
So, very simple. Jewelry is lost, no problem. Other people saying, how could you be so careless? No problem.
And
And
that's only me saying, how could I be so careless? In fact,
yeah,
the people are saying, Gaya, Gaya, why you're bothering? You'll spoil
so,
your own.
so let that be the child Preeti saying it. The adult Preeti should say no problem and
Yes.
be with that, So I'm sure you'll be finding it easily very soon. I remain a neutral observer to others' reactions. Okay? Right.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
darling. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. Yes, Seema, your turn. Hi.
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 So my most recent, latest aha moment is seeing Shelly and Preeti.
Super. Lovely.
It's been very long.
Right.
Yeah, one was missing them, so it was
Right.
nice to see them. Yeah, but so coming to this year, 2023, there have been a lot of aha moments. And of course, some not so nice ones also. But yeah, starting was the February retreat. So our
Right.
journey to the 5 days there and way back. And I think the biggest moment was going to Lahrima Sherji's ashram. And the experience I had there was, it was actually surreal. So thank you for that. Thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for that. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So that was the first one. And then we had a wonderful holiday with some friends that actually we hadn't really had holidays with them, which we'd been doing earlier. So that was another very aha moment. That was in the month of April. And yes, very important. What has happened is now I'm able to speak for myself. There used to be times that I would feel that I am being targeted. No, I wouldn't say really targeted. And this used to be close people. I wouldn't be able to speak up to them. And when I did it for the first time, and I'm sure they were taken aback because I hadn't done it ever. But it was an aha moment for them. And next time it was easy. It was easier
Right.
to do it.
Right.
And as I told you, there were a few instances with my very close friend that I wasn't able to do it earlier. But very recently, I did that also.
Super.
So, yes, that was really, really super. So, really aha for me that,
Right.
yes,
So,
I could speak my mind.
Yeah. So, all of us have a tendency to assume, presume, and live with certain, what should I say, reasons for existence. And we make it our life, and that itself becomes not so nice in the sense it may not be that you have some kind of differences with other people, but it just kind of you drift apart. So what happens is the energies also know that for the current time, maybe you're not needed to be together. The current time, you're not meant to be talking to each other. The current time, it is still dormant for you to be able to speak out. That time will come. Again, I'm being filmy. Apna time aayega. So that is what happens. So when the time is right, the universe decides and the consciousness knows where the energies need to come together again after our learnings, after our understanding of situations, after our growth, after our elevation, after our acceptance, after our awareness, after our awakening. I mean, there are hundreds of reasons. So if we start accepting all those and understand with integrity what is happening in our space, life becomes easy. Then the same people, as you just said, that you were not able to speak to them, you're able to do it very easily now, which is great, right? So wonderful.
No, it was, I was speaking to them, but
Okay.
I could not speak up for myself. Like,
Yeah.
there were things which I would refrain from saying. I felt it, but I wouldn't be able to say it to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
I think
yeah,
we would still, I mean, their energies were so powerful that yours were restricted,
yes,
right?
yes. So I
So-
never had the courage. I mean, it was
Exactly.
really, it needed courage from me, which I was lacking.
Right.
But
So-
yeah, but I could find that courage to do it.
Finally,
So,
wonderful.
yes, that was
So
really wonderful.
what is the not so nice thing?
I haven't told you one more aha thing, and that was my holiday, another holiday, and there, I mean, it was, I could, I like to do a little bit of adventure, and I can never do that with my husband, but with my friends, it was a girly trip. We really had a wonderful, and I could do the adventurous thing, which otherwise I would have been stopped from doing. So
Right.
great. So that was another aha moment for me. And not so nice is my, I still have expectations,
Okay.
which
All right.
I
Okay.
have to learn
Okay.
to, yes, not have.
So the very fact that you know that you have expectations means that you are aware of it, which means you are already in the space where you want to work on, right?
Yeah.
Because this is something you don't want to live with, because you realize, not in terms of realize, awareness wala realize that things around you and everything within you can only sort of move towards a positive, move towards that consciousness which connects you and aligns you to the spiritual consciousness, to the supreme consciousness of for your life plan and your journey. Once you literally learn to be detached and neutral to everything and everybody around you, doesn't make you a sadhu, but it definitely makes you a person who's in command, control, but at the same time in a wonderfully good place where you understand the attachments, you participate in the attachments, but there is a sense of detachment that everything is just fine. It's okay, right? So I'm glad that you're aware of it and you're working toward. That's a very brave thing to say openly, and good for you. And you're working towards it. So let me see what the cards have to say for you today. Okay, so oh my God, I am overwhelmed every time. Seema, it says, my consciousness is evolving with every passing day. Amazing, isn't it? My consciousness is evolving with every passing day. All right. Great. Thank you for your story. Yes, Apurva, because I want to give you some tips of how to take life forward in the next 1 month. Apurva is the last, then I'm going to take, unless anybody else wants to speak up. Varsha, I would have loved to hear you, but never mind if you're not speaking.
I'm Parmeet, ma'am. I want to speak.
Where do I see Parmeet? Okay, you'll have to switch on your camera later, but never mind, I'll take you after Apurva. Yes, Apurva?
So, ma'am, I've had a few of the aha moments. One is working with Redikall, working with Atman, ma'am, and finally doing level 3. Second aha movement was my friend calling me up after a gap of 15-16 years. The one with whom I did my master's. So it was an aha moment. And the third aha moment, I just experienced it yesterday. I had a I had an inner child healing session with one of the mentors, and same night I went to sleep and I got up with this dream that my inner child, that smaller Apurva, she was under the loving embrace of that mentor. So this dream I had yesterday night, and I'm still in that space. So
Okay.
I'm really very grateful that Redikall has given me this experience with this inner child healing, and
Right.
grateful to
Wonderful.
the mentor for, I mean, this is the first time I experienced something like this, that the inner child is so happy and content with that loving embrace.
Wonderful. Superb. So just feel that embrace, that energy of that embrace, because that is something that is going to empower you further. Because that embrace was something pure, full of love, and full of all that, how should I say, the positives that you should be absorbing in your life. But there is one aha moment that you've forgotten to talk about, and I can say it, is you having a parrot in the house who comes
yes.
to visit you every single day. And
Yes.
yeah, why don't you tell everybody about it?
Yeah, so there's a parrot. I call her Mittu. Me and my daughter, we are feeding her biscuits and carrots. And just at 7:30, when it's time for prosperity session to start, she comes. So I told her politely that please come at 9 o'clock after the sessions. So now the parrot has started coming around 9 p.m. after the morning premium sessions. So yes, it's a really aha moment to be with the parrot, and sometimes it's perching on my shoulder. Today it was perching on my head. So it's a lovely experience to be with the parrot. Yeah.
Wonderful. So there is something the universe is trying to convey to you, connecting with you. You see, animals and birds, they are always connected, right? So why don't you try and just speak to the parrot and see what comes out? You never know.
Yeah,
But yes,
I do.
there
I
is-
keep on speaking to the parrot.
yeah, so it's a wonderful thing, and I'm so happy for you. Yeah, I've seen your videos, etc. also on YouTube. They're lovely. Oh, on Facebook,
you.
sorry. Okay, so what's your not so nice moment?
Not so nice moment is still my relation with my friends is not that good. I have like kind of and with my elder sister. So I
Okay.
really wish in coming days I'm going to mend that relationship. So moving away from my friends and my family. So
Right.
that is not so good
Okay.
moments for me.
All right. So I'm sure you're working on that because you are in the space all the time. So
Yeah.
you will be getting your solutions. Maybe the parrot has come to you because remember, parrots also used to carry messages from one end to the other, like the doves.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's see what Redikall has to say for you. Okay. Yeah. It's just saying the same thing. I remain focused.
Yes.
I remain focused. Okay. So
Yeah.
continue with that. And yeah, you are being focused and you are on your path. So I wish you all the best, Apurva. Right? So,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. Parmeet said she wanted to say something. Parmeet, where are you?
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Parmeet. Yes. Tell me your aha moments, something that you have.
Aha moments are like one of the moment when I just started Redikall. Renu ma'am is my mentor,
Okay.
and she guided. Renu ma'am is my mentor, and she guided so well, and she was like always besides me. Like I mean, I used to think that she is always standing behind me and supporting me all the time. I was
Wonderful.
feeling
Okay.
like that. And
Right.
I had a problem with one of my bosses. I wanted him to get out of my place, but he was not going. So Redikall has done that amazing thing which I was not able to do. So that was a
Wonderful.
very, it was like मतलब वो चला गया and I was for a second I got a shock और मैंने सोचा यार ये मैं खुद ही चाहती थी और ये हो गया देखो कैसे हुआ मतलब Redikall से हुआ because I was जो भी statements मैम ने दिए थे I was doing continuously and really it affected I really my life has changed a lot ma'am I can't tell you मेरा सन
Wonderful.
जो छोटा वाला है उसके लिए I was not able to plan out something because he was going in he is in 10th और उसको पायलट बनना है और पायलट में ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स लेने पड़ते हैं एंड ही वाज अनेबल टू मतलब वो कुछ क्लियर पिक्चर नजर नहीं आ रही थी कैसे करना है मतलब कैसे जाना है एंड ही वाज स्टक था एक जगह पे वो इतना क्लियर हो गया ना कि वो अपने आप खुद ब खुद वेज बनते गए मुझे खुद मतलब कुछ सोचना भी नहीं पड़ा ऐसे
Okay.
तो अपने आप अमेजिंगली और मेरा एल्डर सन है वो एपिलेप्सी है उसको बट उसके लिए मैंने हमेशा उसको अंडर द लविंग केयर ऑफ रेडिकल कॉन्शियसनेस के लिए एडमिट करती रही हूँ और हमेशा उसमें चेंजेस नजर आए मुझे
Beautiful.
एलोपैथी उसकी मेडिसिन मुझे कम करनी थी वो कम भी हो रही है और आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन मैंने जो चालू दी है उससे उससे इतना फर्क पड़ा है उसको वॉमिटिंग्स होते थे मैम बहुत कुछ होता था वो सब कुछ बंद हो गया
Beautiful. So, Parmeet, it is very easy, I mean, simple to understand. It's your own faith. It's your own belief in your own power. It is your faith in yourself कि मैं कर सकती हूँ. हाँ, क्या कर सकती हूँ? मैं अपनी सोच बदल सकती हूँ. मैं अपने आप को इस लायक बना सकती हूँ कि मैं दुनिया के सामने लायक मानी जाऊं. Okay? And whatever your problems were that you were dealing with, you had that complete surrender to allow things to go from your space. Thanks to Radical, thanks to your beautiful mentor, you have been following it diligently, and that is what Radical says, that it is not about just learning and saying the affirmations. And imagine everything is only happening with affirmations, nothing else. But it is not just about saying the affirmations, it's about feeling it, it's about making it a part of your belief कि हाँ ये है, ये होगा, ये हो सकता है. So that is.
और क्योंकि मैं हमेशा ये हमेशा मेरे मन में रहता है कि कुछ भी.
You're muted, Parmeet. आप म्यूट हो गए हो.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So मेरे ऐसे हमेशा I am always covered with radical and I don't want to मतलब मुझे कोई टेंशन नहीं होनी चाहिए कि कोई भी प्रॉब्लम मैं सॉल्व कर सकती हूँ ऐसे लगता है मुझे.
Beautiful. And you can do it. You will be able to do it. Congratulations and I wish you all the best. मैं एक रीडिंग लेती हूँ आपके लिए, देखती हूँ क्या कहता है रेडिकल आपके लिए. ओके, तो रीडिंग नहीं, कार्ड.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All that I do for the greater good. People on the platform, raise your hands if you realize that Radical is giving the real answers as needed for the person concerned. All that I do for the greater good. परमीत, आपने नोट किया? बिल्कुल, जो हो रहा है, जो आप कर रही हैं, वो सब एक वो परमात्मा बैठे हैं ऊपर और सुप्रीम कॉन्शियसनेस बैठी है, वो गाइड करती जा रही है. Yes.
Whatever I
do for the greater good. Greater good.
Okay.
Apurva, if you don't mind, can you write it in the chat for her? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, I'll share it with you.
Yeah. All right. So here we have heard so many wonderful experiences, and I would say scenarios that may happen in our lives also anytime, right? But even if you think about it, there would be certain things, that we may have ignored in the whole year. So if anybody read my Facebook or Insta post today, I have posted a happiness diet over there. Okay. And what is that happiness diet? What you need to drop and what you need to fill up in your life. Let me just read it instantly. याद नहीं आ रहा है. So I said, what is prohibited is complaints, bad moods, resentment, living in the past, and surrounding yourself with negative people. इस सबको पोटली बना के पीछे फेंको, right? Do not let this be a part of your life. But what is allowed moving forward is laughter, hugs, kisses, and living each moment as if it were your last one on earth. Paragliding chala gaya insan, gone for paragliding, the courage that was required, she may have thought it's the last moment on earth, but I'm going to enjoy it. So the joy that she has felt in enjoying that is never going to leave her. So whenever she's feeling sad, Rashmi, whenever she's feeling sad, probably she'll remember her paragliding and feel absolutely happy about it. Raise your hand and, if you agree with me, Rashmi. Right. So this has been what I wrote on Insta and Facebook. So on the happiness diet, what you need to do, one smile each morning and one reflection of gratitude at the end of each day. So a smile in the morning, smile to yourself, and a thing of gratitude by the end of the day will work wonders for you. But apart from that, I have another suggestion for you. Why don't you create, think about it, a desire jar. इच्छाओं वाली पोटली मेरी, desire jar. What are you going to do? Take slips of paper and write down whatever little choti si asha that you have for the next 30 days. It may be just singing, one song in the bathroom that you want to do, which you haven't done since childhood. It may be just doing some gym. It may be going for a walk in the park. It may be just cooking a favorite dish. It could be anything. So create 30 such little aspects, not just about cooking and stuff, anything that would make you feel happy, anything that will make you feel fulfilled. Think about it. Create that little jar, and on that, when you're writing daily, pick out one every morning after your smile, after your meditation and everything else that you've done. Pick out one piece of paper, read it. It may just say, I don't know, kiss your son or daughter or husband or anybody today. And you'll say, ye kaun karta hai yaar? This is ridiculous. Who's going to do this? But just do it. It may be the smallest task. It may be anything. So focus on the day, what is required. So it just make it like a daily draw. Every day, take out a piece of paper and see what's written on it. And whatever is written on it, take action on it. It may be that maybe you're a working mother and you don't have time for your children that way. You have a helper in the house who's doing most of the cooking, or you're not having time to sit with them to even play a board game or something which they might like for a change. Do it. Just say, okay, today I have time, because normally we also say, abhi mere paas time nahi hai. This time will never come back. Remember that. And your children are growing up. The environment around you is changing very fast. Shortly, they will start saying, ki hamare paas time nahi hai. And that's when you'll start feeling the pain. So why don't we start creating happy memories right from today? I mean, holiday times are coming for most of us. There'll be a break from school, etc. It's not just about going on a holiday outside. That's not the point. Even if you're just in the house, think of little things that you can do, which will make you happy, which will make everybody else around you feel that happiness. It's not that you have to make them happy. You should feel happy doing it. Okay, think about it. So once that task, whichever you have decided to do, if it is fulfilled, why don't you share it with somebody? It may be a small thing. Of course, paragliding was a big thing, but imagine that my knees are weak or I'm not able to do this, but I decided that today I'm going to do those knee exercises. And I did it. And I must share it with somebody. The other person will say, इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? But तुम्हारे लिए बड़ा था. You did it. Okay? And the other person will appreciate because they'll see that sheer joy with which you're sharing it with them. They will feel it. They will accept it. Okay? Then, what else do you want to do? Celebrate your daily achievements. That you can do in the evening. That what I did today, okay, this is what happened, this is what I was able to achieve, this is what I am going to, was thinking of doing. The task got halfway done, never mind, I'll complete it tomorrow with the next day's task that I have planned for myself. Let me tell you, this desire jar works beautifully. It really works beautifully because I keep doing it with myself all the time. I do it once in 2 months, a weekly one, not a monthly one, but a weekly one. And I put all kinds of things in it, Imagine all of us become very comfortable sitting in our own houses, right? For me to get out of my house is a task, except for going for walks, etc. What did I write? Go and watch a movie today. I looked at it. I said, "Arey yaar, movie jana hai." I wrote it myself. But then I looked at the day. I said, "Oh, movie jana hai. I have a session with so and so, but I have a session with this. Evening I have that. When do I go?" But then I decided, no matter what, I'm going today. And I went for an odd show at 10 o'clock in the morning. It was from 10 to 12, some movie. Don't remember the movie. 10 to 12, yeah, 1 o'clock. I just told the helper in the house कि मैं जा रही हूँ, and she said, "What happened?" I said, "No, I'm going." She thought I'd gone a little crazy. Then I went alone. I went to the movie hall. I saw the movie. Luckily, it turned out to be fun. I came back and I was very exhilarated, that I achieved something. Because I made myself get out. Then I went alone, just sitting in the cinema hall and enjoying myself. So that was an achievement for me because I have to also keep pushing myself to do certain things. So I write it down and it feels good, believe me. Have a detox day. Device detox day. DD. Call it the triple D. DDD. Device detox day. Do that. Except for phone calls, which you need to do, not one, just be talking. Try it and see how much you achieve that day. You will love it. Just try it. Okay? So in this 30 days that you have, it'll be nice if you write down, your achievements, whatever you do, and maybe on the last Friday of this month, we can take a recap and see what all you people achieved in that, and celebrate. We shall celebrate that day by sharing our experiences on that occasion, right? Another thing, a suggestion is that keep a journal of gratitude. It works very well. You have to be grateful for so many, you've heard a lot of people talk about it, that you should be grateful for this, grateful for that. No. Or rather, they have been talking that keep a gratitude journal. But it works miracles. If I'm grateful for the air I breathe, if I'm grateful that I'm able to see with minimum change in my, what do you call it? Power, right? If I'm able to eat without having, sort of any problem with my teeth, the food that I'm eating, the person who's making it for me, the water that I drink. There are so many things to be grateful for. I'm able to walk on my 2 feet without having to, be in a situation where I need help or support. I drive my own car. I can drive it myself. I'm grateful for that car. Fine, I bought it with my money. But I have this transport with me, which functions very well. not creating any problems. I mean, there could be hundreds of things. Think about it. And once you start writing this journal, just pick up 5 things daily. You'll realize that certain days you want to write so many things more. And that's because you are not thinking it. It's coming from within you, from your subconscious, which is telling you, let's be grateful for this. Let's acknowledge this. Let's achieve this, etc. Yeah. So this would be a great way to do it. Plus, mindfulness. 5 minutes daily. Just sit with yourself. Close your eyes. Breathe. Just be. You don't have to do anything else. Just be. That is marvelous too, okay? And if possible, indulge in laughter therapy. What better way to live life unless we think of it with a lot of laughter and joy, right? So let's look forward to all this. This was just a suggestion that I had for making our aha moments even more aha for us in life and making it worthwhile for us and people around us, making us worthwhile for ourselves and people around us, situations around us, everything. So just a suggestion, let's try and note down things. Let's meet, I mean, of course, we'll be meeting in the Fridays in between, but whatever that last Friday is of this month, we will re-celebrate what we have talked today. Is that a good idea? Yeah. And so please write your feedback on the CPP group also, what you feel about this program and what else we can achieve with all of you and what you want to be done. And Rashmi, another congratulations again for you for this supreme
Thank you.
effort. Thank you.
Yes.
And Navina, you want to say something? You raised your
Yeah,
hand.
just 1 minute, half a minute I'll take.
Yeah.
You know, something very important I wanted to share with all of you. You know, my GRG's daughter who got married, one tip he gave to his daughter for the successful marriage, which he has followed, I believe. And we all wanted to know what is the success mantra for his life. And that day I got to know. He said, just be a cheerleader for your spouse and not a critic. And that was like a mantra for me too. And the second thing I want to share, while returning, you know, on my return journey in the airport, I happened to, you know, engage in a conversation with an unknown lady. And after the entire conversation, she said, Navina, you're just like an angel to me. You're God sent, you know, whatever you said, you spoke. And of course, it all came from the from the radical space. I didn't mention therapy, but whatever I spoke, because she was under a lot of grief. She was mourning. She was going for her brother's funeral ceremony, her own brother's funeral ceremony. And whatever I spoke, probably whatever, I didn't think much, but it just flowed. And she said, you're a God-sent person for me. You're an angel. And we exchanged numbers and all that happened. But believe me, it made so much, like I was in absolute gratefulness that God, you know, and Radical flowed so beautifully. I didn't give her any affirmations, nothing at all, but I think it was all Radical. Everything flowed. So I'm deeply
Wonderful.
grateful to the entire thing. That is all I wanted to do. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Navina. Yes, I totally agree with you. With all of us having experienced the consciousness of Radical and what it is doing with us, what it is making us experience, and you know, changing, shifting things in our lives. So why don't we just stick to one statement, you know, and make it our mantra in life? That is, I accept, embrace, and celebrate life.
Accept, embrace, and celebrate life.
That is Radical statement. It has come from Radical. So I accept, embrace, and celebrate life. Okay. So on that note, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you next week on Friday.